Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with, insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets.
Mm-hmm.
And you shared that you're curious about the current state of the TV market.
Right.
And honestly,
Yeah.
who isn't these days?
Yeah.
There are so many brands,
Yeah.
and technologies swirling around. It's tough to know where to even start.
It really can feel like a jungle out there.
Exactly.
Especially with all the new players and the old guard trying to hold their ground.
So for this deep dive,
Yeah.
we're tackling the big question. Who are the top TV brands today?
Okay.
And maybe even more intriguingly,
Yeah.
what happened to some of those big names we all remember from way back when?
I'm happy to unravel that for you. Let's kick things off with the undeniable heavyweights in the room.
Okay.
Samsung and LG.
Yeah.
They seem to be on everyone's shortlist these days, and for good reason.
It's hard to escape them, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere you turn, it's QLED this, OLED
Yeah.
that. I'm curious, from your perspective, what are their real strengths that keep them at the top?
Well, both companies have a relentless focus on innovation,
Okay.
which is crucial in such a fast-paced industry.
Right.
Samsung, for example, really championed QLED technology.
Uh-huh.
And while they initially resisted OLED,
Interesting.
they eventually embraced it,
Okay.
demonstrating a smart willingness to adapt.
It's that classic if you can't beat them, join them strategy, huh?
Precisely. And then you have LG,
Yeah.
who really spearheaded the OLED revolution and arguably set the standard for picture quality.
Mm-hmm.
They still dabble in LCD models,
Okay.
but their OLEDs are their crown jewels.
Okay, so we've got the giants, but what about a more familiar name like Sony? I feel like they've taken a different path.
You're spot on.
Okay.
They've strategically shifted to target a more premium market,
Interesting.
focusing on those serious home theater enthusiasts. Think high-end mini LED and OLED displays.
Mini LD. That's another one we keep hearing.
Right.
What's the deal with that for those of us who don't speak fluent tech jargon?
Imagine thousands of tiny LEDs packed behind the screen,
Oh.
each acting like a mini spotlight.
Okay.
This allows for incredibly precise control over brightness and contrast, creating those stunning visuals with deeper blacks and more vibrant colors.
So it's basically turning up the volume on picture quality.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to see why Sony is targeting the home theater crowd with that tech.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hearing there are a few unexpected contenders emerging as well.
Right.
For example, Panasonic is back in the U.S. market, which I have to admit caught me off guard.
It did raise some eyebrows.
Yeah.
For sure. But remember, Panasonic was always a highly respected brand globally.
Right.
Their U.S. absence just made them less visible for a while. They're back with a vengeance, though, rolling out new OLED and, you guessed it, mini LED models.
It's interesting to see brands we thought had faded away making these comebacks.
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of comebacks, TCL is a name that just keeps popping up.
Yeah.
They used to be known for those super affordable, almost disposable TVs.
Right.
But now they're playing in the big leagues.
Their rise has been meteoric.
Wow.
In just a few short years, they've gone from budget-friendly to a legitimate contender in the premium space. It's actually pretty remarkable.
What do you think sparked that shift?
Well, their 6 Series back in 2018 was a real turning point.
Okay.
It offered incredible value for the price, disrupting the mid-range market. But what's really interesting is how TCL used that momentum to push into the premium segment.
Okay.
They're not just offering good TVs for the price anymore. They're aiming for the top spot.
So they're not just undercutting the competition, they're out to outperform them.
Exactly.
I like their style.
And they're not shying away from innovation. Their adoption of mini LED technology is a direct challenge to Samsung and LG.
Interesting.
Especially here in North America, they're going head-to-head with the giants.
That's quite a bold move.
It is.
But it seems to be paying off for them.
It seems to be.
It makes you wonder, what other shakeups are in store for the TV landscape?
Yeah.
We've got a few more brands to cover, including some who might surprise you.
Yeah.
So let's
let's do it.
dive back in after a quick break.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Before the break, we were talking about TCL shaking things up in the TV world. But they're not the only ones making waves. There's another brand, Hisense, that seems to be popping up everywhere.
Hisense is definitely a brand to watch.
Yeah.
They've been incredibly agile, adapting quickly to bring their top-tier models to different markets.
Yeah.
What's fascinating is their multi-pronged approach to display technology.
Okay, break that down for me.
Yeah.
What do you mean by multi-pronged?
Well, they're not putting all their eggs in one basket, so to speak.
Right.
They've got mini LED, of course,
Yeah.
which we've already established is a game changer.
But they also have their own ULA technology, which is essentially their version of QLED.
So they're playing both sides of the field. That's pretty savvy.
It gives them flexibility and caters to different preferences and budgets.
Right.
And let's not forget their showstopper, a massive 116-inch RGB mini LED flagship model.
Wow.
Talk about making a statement.
116 inches. That's practically a movie theater screen. Okay, I'm adding Hisense to my watch list.
For sure.
But before we get too carried away with the newcomers, there's another brand I wanted to touch on.
Oh.
Philips. I've heard mixed things about their TVs, but it seems like it might depend on where you are in the world.
You've hit on a key point.
Okay.
Philips TVs have a bit of a split personality.
Uh-huh.
In Europe, they're known for their high quality and innovative features.
Interesting.
The European models are made by TP Vision and are considered premium.
So good reputation in Europe.
Right.
What about here in the U.S.?
In North America. The Philips brand is licensed to Funai, and they focus more on the budget-friendly market, so the quality and features aren't quite the same.
So it's almost like two different brands sharing the same name. Interesting.
It is.
Okay, I've been dying to get to this part of our deep dive. What happened to all those TV brands that used to be household names?
Right.
I'm talking Toshiba, JVC, RCA.
Mm-hmm.
They were everywhere.
They were?
And now they seem to have vanished.
Ah, yes, the fallen giants of the TV world. It's a cautionary tale of how quickly fortunes can change in the tech industry.
Right.
What happened to many of these brands is a combination of factors.
Okay.
Some ran into financial difficulties, others struggled to keep up with innovation, and some simply got lost in the shuffle.
So what became of them? Did they just disappear completely?
Not exactly. Instead of going extinct, many of these brands were either licensed out or sold off to other companies. So the names are still out there, but they're often attached to products that are a far cry from their former glory.
So it's like buying a name rather than the legacy behind it.
Exactly.
I could see how that would be misleading for consumers who remember those brands from their heyday.
Many of these once proud names now reside in the budget category.
Yeah.
They're often marketed based on that nostalgic name recognition.
Right.
But the actual performance and quality often don't match up to the top-tier brands we discussed earlier.
It's a little bit sad, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like seeing a former champion boxer fighting in small-town matches.
It does make you reflect on how quickly things can change, even for established giants.
Right.
Adaptability and innovation are crucial for survival in the tech world. Even those brands we consider dominant today can't afford to get complacent.
That's a sobering thought.
Yeah.
It makes you realize that the brands leading the pack today could be tomorrow's cautionary tales if they don't stay ahead of the curve. But while we're on the topic of brands with interesting histories, what about Vizio? I remember they were making a lot of noise a few years back.
Right.
With their value-focused TVs.
Yeah.
Did they just fall victim to the same fate as those other brands?
Vizio's story is a bit more nuanced.
Okay.
They were definitely successful early on by offering affordable TVs with decent picture quality.
Right.
They carved out a nice niche for themselves.
So what went wrong?
Well, a few things contributed to their decline. There were internal conflicts within the company, and they became a bit too reliant on their SmartCast OS, which didn't resonate with everyone.
Right.
At the same time, brands like TCL and Hisense were nipping at their heels, offering more features at competitive prices.
So they got squeezed from both sides.
Essentially.
Okay.
And to complicate things further, Walmart acquired Vizio, adding another layer of complexity to their future. It's unclear what direction they'll take now.
It's a shame to see a brand that was once so prominent struggling to find its footing.
Yeah.
It really highlights the constant state of flux in the TV market.
Yeah, for sure.
So looking at the landscape as it stands today, do you think we're in for more shakeups?
I think so.
Could a brand like TCL or Hisense realistically dethrone Samsung and LG?
It's certainly possible. TCL and Hisense have proven they can compete at the highest level.
Yeah.
And don't forget about the wildcard entrants like Roku and Amazon.
Oh, right.
Both of whom are making inroads with their own smart TV offerings.
Roku TVs seem to be getting a lot of buzz lately.
They are.
And they're known for being quite affordable.
Yes.
It's interesting how they're partnering with existing manufacturers to produce their TVs.
It's a clever strategy.
Yeah.
It allows them to leverage their expertise in streaming and software
Right.
while tapping into established manufacturing capabilities.
Yeah.
It's a win-win situation.
And then there's Amazon, with their vast resources and reach.
Right.
They could easily become a major force in the TV market if they really put their weight behind it.
Absolutely. It's a dynamic and ever-evolving landscape, which makes it so captivating to follow.
Right.
Who knows what the next few years will bring?
Yeah.
Could we see a resurgence of brands like Sharp or Vizio? Or will entirely new players emerge? Only time will tell.
This has been an incredible deep dive.
It has.
We've explored the reigning champions, the fallen giants, and the rising stars of the TV world. It's clear that this is an industry that never stands still.
It's a constant reminder that innovation and adaptability are key to not only surviving, but thriving in the tech world.
Well said. And on that note, we want to hear from you. What TV brands do you trust?
Right.
Have you had any amazing, or let's be honest, absolutely terrible experiences with certain brands?
Yeah.
Share your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah.
And let's keep this conversation going.
For sure.
We're always curious to hear about real-world experiences because ultimately, the best TV for you is the one that fits your needs and preferences. There's no one-size-fits-all answer in this market.
Absolutely. And it's through these kinds of conversations, hearing from different perspectives, that we can all make more informed decisions, maybe even discover some hidden gems we hadn't considered before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, sometimes the best recommendations come from friends or fellow tech enthusiasts who've already been through the TV buying maze. So don't be shy. Share your insights, your triumphs, your tech traumas. We're all ears.
We might even learn a thing or two ourselves. After all, in the world of technology, there's always something new to discover.
Well said. So until next time, keep those screens bright and your tech knowledge sharp. Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.
Sounds good.
We're always curious to hear about real-world experiences.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, the best TV for you is the one that fits your needs and preferences. There's no one-size-fits-all answer in this market.
Absolutely. And it's through these kinds of conversations, hearing from different perspectives, that we can all make more informed decisions, maybe even discover some hidden gems we hadn't considered before.
Exactly. Because let's be honest, sometimes the best recommendations come from friends or fellow tech enthusiasts who've already been through the TV buying maze. So don't be shy. Share your insights, your triumphs, your tech traumas. We're all ears.
Yeah, we might even learn a thing or two ourselves. After all, in the world of technology, there's always something new to discover.
Well said. So until next time, keep those screens bright and your tech knowledge sharp. Thanks for tuning into Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.